Hello boys and gals, my name is Carrot Face, and in this video I am going to be talking about how I think the Roblox game FPE Detention has huge potential. In case you don't know what FPE Detention is, it is a Roblox asymmetrical horror game, similar to Forsaken, Die of Death, Alchemist, all that stuff, but it's heavily inspired by like FPE and stuff. So it has FPE characters like Miss Seka, Abby, and a couple, and like an OC. But this is why I think FPE Detention has huge potential. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Now, before we get into the video, we need to understand what is FPE Detention. Obviously, it's an asymmetrical horror game, as I just said, but what makes it stand out from the others? Well, I think the main thing that makes it stand out is the new guard rule. It's a guard rule. The guard's role is to protect the students. The guard can do this by stunning the teacher and knocking the teacher back. As of right now, there are only 3 playable characters, being Abby, the student, the guard, Mr. Stick, and Miss Circle, the teacher / killer, whatever. The students' main role are to complete the exams and survive. The guard's role is to protect the students at all costs, or how the game says it, coast. The teacher's or killer's role, whatever you want to call it, is to just kill everyone. This includes the guard. The guard can die, however, it's kind of hard to do so, as the guard has 500 HP, 105 stamina, Abby has 100, or Abby, or I think just students in general, 100 stamina, 100 HP. Miss Circle has 615 HP and 115 stamina. So yes, this does mean Miss Circle can die. As of right now, only the guard can kill Miss Circle, but there might be like a student or survivor, whatever you want. I'll just refer to it as student. There might be a student in the future that can damage the teacher or killer. So, if so, that'd be pretty cool. I think that's why I like this game a lot. It goes for a much more, like, unique approach. And there's so much you can do with it, too. Because, obviously, FPE doesn't have too much. Like, you can't really go off of much. So, it's going to be hard for the characters and stuff. But the guard can't really be an issue, because if you're going off of OCs and stuff, then you can kind of just do whatever. Now, let's talk about the characters. Abby, the student, has 100 HP, 100 stamina, and has 2 abilities, Adrenaline and Help. Adrenaline gives him a temporary speed boost for 3 seconds, I think. This speed boost makes him significantly faster than Miss Circle, and it also makes him lose less stamina, I'm pretty sure. Help, it highlights him to the guard. You're mainly supposed to use this whenever you're getting chased, so the guard can come over and help you. And Abby's main objective is to do the exams to lower the time and win. Now, the thing I like Abby, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but you can kind of like choose like 2 different like ways to use adrenaline. Obviously, you can use it when you're getting chased to run away, but you can also use it to go to exams faster. I recommend, like, if you know the guard is on Miss Circle, or Mr. Stick, yeah, whatever, then I recommend using Adrenaline to the exams, so that way you can complete them faster and stuff. Now the guard role. The guard, as of right now, there's only Mr. Stick. However, there are a couple new ones coming out. Mr. Stick has, I think, 500 HP and 105 stamina, and he has 2 abilities, Electric Shock and Electric Charge. Electric Charge, Mr. Stick Mr. Stick does a short wind up before charging forward. If he hits the teacher takes quite a bit amount of knockback. Just think of it like the Guess 1337 charge from Forsaken. Electric Shock, he uses his electric hand thingy and swipes in front of him. If hit the killer or teacher, the teacher's stunned for a couple of seconds. I think the electric charge has like a 20-second cooldown, and the shock has like 25. They also do like 20 and like 30 damage, I think. Now, Mr. Stick can die. However, uh, he has a little interesting mechanic kinda. Every time he takes 100 damage, he's stunned for a couple of seconds, and his max HP goes down by 100. So, for example, let's say he's at 500 HP. He takes 100 damage. He is stunned, and his max HP goes from 500 to 400. Mr. Stick can regenerate, but it's kind of slow-ish. And obviously, if his max HP is lowered, he cannot regenerate past like 400, 300, etc. I think the stuns get longer with each time he is stunned, and while Mr. Stick is stunned, he cannot be attacked, which is definitely good. Yeah, I guess we'll go on to teacher now. The teacher, as of right now, is just Miss Circle. Simple objective, just kill everyone. Miss Circle's your basic rushdown killer. You know, it's got the M1, got the ability that highlights, got the charge. M1, she just swings in front of her and deals 25 damage. Charge, she winds up a bit and charges. However, she cannot turn while charged. Mr. Stick can Mr. Stick can kind of turn. It's not really good though. But Miss Circle cannot charge at all. If she crashes into a wall, her charge ends early. Same for Mr. Stick, I'm pretty sure. But if she hits a student or guard, I think it does 30 damage. No, 25. And if she crashes into a wall, it's an extra 5. So like 30, I think. She does not gain stamina while charging. And, she can impale multiple people with charge. I think it's up to 3. Her third ability, You Failed, highlights the near survivor. I think it's the near survivor. Or student. This cannot highlight the guard, but it can highlight the guard in the Mr. Stick Last Man Standing, which I will get to soon, actually. Overall, these kits are fun. They fit the characters well and stuff. They are actually gonna get a rework soon, I'm pretty sure, because there is a big update coming out in either late March or early April, and I gotta admit, I am quite hyped for this. Miss Circle, Abby, and I think Mr. Stick are all getting a remodel. I think Abby's getting new abilities along with Miss Circle. No clue about Mr. Stick though. So that's pretty hype. I think they're adding a new character too when this update comes. I'm not too sure though. Now let's get on to the OSTs, official soundtracks, so like chase themes and stuff. I gotta admit, these chase themes, or just OSTs in general, are pretty good. For like a small development team, they're actually not too bad at this kind of stuff. Miss Circle's chase theme is, it's like a electric guitar kind of thing. Here, I'll play a couple snippets of it. So yeah, that's just a bit of what it looks like. It's honestly not too bad in my opinion, pretty good even. I don't know if the chase theme will change once the remodel comes out. Oh, the big update is called the shop update, by the way. So I'll just refer to it as that. But that's Miss Circle's chase theme. I think Miss Stavel's the one to come next. I'm not too sure though. I do gotta finish that misstaffle concept. Whatever. Anyways, now let's talk about the last man standing themes. I won't talk about like the lobby themes or whatever, because I mean, I don't really think people care too much about those. But last man standing themes are again shockingly good. They're around 3 minutes long, sometimes longer. I think Abby's is like 4 minutes. Speaking of Abby's last man standing, let's talk about it. So, Miss Circle versus Abby, or at least I'll just refer to it as Abby's last man standing right now. It's called like Apple Pie or something, which is kind of funny. I think they changed it though. I'm not too sure because it's called Prologo right now, but it used to be called Apple Pie, so I'll just refer to it as that. It's a 4 minute last man standing, and I gotta admit, this is absolute brutal if you're Abby, bro. Because Abby's kit isn't necessarily the best for when he's by himself. One of his moves is literally completely useless in this. But, bro, it's kind of intense, I'll admit. And you can't really do much. Literally, you just gotta hope you can manage your stamina and run. Maybe juke out the killer. But it's brutal. Here, I'll play a couple of clips of it. I really like this LMS a lot because it actually feels like you're constantly being hunted and like you have no room to breathe, bro. Because as soon as you start recovering your stamina, freaking Recircle will just like charge at you and you gotta start running again. It's honestly pretty sick. But yeah, that's why, that's Apple Pie, Abby's LMS. And I gotta admit, it's pretty dang fire. Now I guess we'll talk about Mr. Stick's last one standing, which is Safeguard. Before I talk about Stick's last man standing, I will say that so far the LMSs are actually doing a really good job at like making you feel like pressure and stuff. Because I'll be honest, the first time I was Abby in Apple Pie's LMS, my heart was low key beating kind of fast. The music's intense and like you're constantly being hunted down. It's kind of nice. But I mean, I don't know if that's just like a weird me speaking or whatever, but whatever, I guess. Now, again, before I get into Stick's last man standing, but something I really like about Stick's last man standing is it feels so much more different than like the usual last man standing. Because instead of like a usual survive kind of thing, which I mean, you can technically do as Stick, it feels a lot more like a 1v1 instead. Like, instead of, oh shoot, I gotta run kind of thing, it's like, oh shoot, I gotta fight back kind of thing. It's honestly pretty sick. Here, I'll play a couple clips of Stick's last man standing, which is Safeguard. Well, this one's not nearly as good as Apple Pie. It's enough to get you on your toes and like, alright, let's do this kind of thing, instead of just like a of thing. But I like this last man standing a lot because it's like an actual 1v1 as both of Stick's abilities do damage. Miss Circle can be killed like this. And it's happened a bunch of times in like when I've been watching or just playing FPE Detention. So honestly, that's why I like it so much, because it feels completely different than the usual last man standing. So yeah, those were the OSTs, last man standings, chase theme, all that stuff. Now let's get on to the gameplay. I probably should have gone through this a lot earlier, but oh well, I guess. It's your typical asymmetrical horror game. You know, if you're a student, you survive. If you're a guard, you attack. If you're a teacher, you kill everyone. I do gotta admit, the gameplay's kind of shallow. Mainly because of the when you're a student, the gameplay's kind of shallow. Mainly because of the guard. The guard obviously is gonna like take up a crap ton of like time for the teacher and stuff. And that's kind of a pretty big problem with it, because when you're playing as teacher, obviously, if you don't kill the guard, he's going to be, like, a huge problem and stuff. So you kind of have to take care of him. That's why I like the whole stunning thing is there. But, even if, like, you stun him a bunch, you know, you try killing the students, he comes back, starts hitting you, all that stuff. By the time you kill him, if the students are actually doing their job by doing the test, all of your time's almost going to be, like, gone. So you kind of have no time to kill the students unless you, like, start going like crazy or whatever. But that's kind of a problem I have. For students, the gameplay's kind of shallow because all you do is just like run around, test, or for Abby at least, you run around, do the test, oh no, Miss Circle there, help, guard comes in, attacks, all that kind of stuff. I think the only one that isn't necessary, or I think the guard and teacher gameplay are good, or fine at least, but student isn't necessarily the best. So yeah, that's fine, I guess. But I mean, again, the game came out not too long ago, so they are gonna work on that, I'm sure. But now let's get on to like future updates, the shop update at least, because that's the next major update. From what I'm aware of, this update will include a shop. What a shocker! In which you'll be able to buy teachers, students, and guard. I think a new guard is coming out in this update. I think a new guard is coming out. Teacher, maybe a student. I'm not too sure. I do know there will be some skins though. One of those skins is the Yixie Miss Circle skin, based off of Butcher Vanity, all that stuff. I do know it will have a custom chase theme. Maybe custom animations, maybe a custom last man standing, probably not to be honest, but it will have a custom chase theme, so I'll play a couple of bits of that. There will also be a Mr. Stick, or a new guard. Maybe it's a Mr. Stick skin, to be honest. I think it's a new guard, though, that will have custom voice lines. Here, I'll play a couple of those, I guess.
Let me in! Let me in! This room smells awful! How much did they pay the janitor? Do not breathe in the classroom. How are they still alive then? Breathing seems like a privilege is here. Was there a big fight here or what? Doesn't even the security guard do his job at this school? This place is suffocating! It feels claustrophobic! How do they even study in this place? Who designed this place? It seems like they get paid for every room without much sense. Simple plan. Find the teacher and protect the students she wants to kill. problem with my master plan? I can't find the teacher!
Overall, he seems like a chaotic dude and, like, I guess easily angered. I don't know if this is a guard or not. Hold on, wait, let me check real quick. Okay, it doesn't really say. However, that does mean either there's gonna be skins for the guard or there's gonna be different guards. I kind of hope it's different guards. Another thing is that there will be different kinds of tests. As of right now, there's only like math tests, and that will actually be Miss Circle's passive when the alpha comes out. Every test will be related to math in some way. So that does mean there will be different tests like language, art, science, all that stuff. I think that's pretty good. It helps with like the gameplay loop kind of. Another new thing coming out in the shop update, as far as I'm aware, is the emotes. There will be emotes. There's also gonna be like the remodel and stuff, but here I'll show the remodels and the emotes. Alright, I just got absolutely huge news while I was making this. I didn't even realize. But bro, there will be a new Mr. Stick and Circle Last Man Standing, or Mr. Stick Last Man Standing. Apparently it'll have lyrics, and also Yixie Circle's getting a new chase theme. I'll play those right here. That's all they showed right now, but I'm gonna be honest, that sounds so much better than the original one. The original one sounded not too bad, but this one sounds a lot more intense and better. Now let's get on to the new not chase team, Last Man Standing with Mr. Stick. Okay, I gotta admit, I am quite hyped for that. It definitely seems like it'd be better than Safeguard, or the one we have now at least. I don't know if it'll have a different name. But apparently that one's gonna have lyrics as well. That's just the instrumental part. So that could mean we might get a new Abby Last Man Standing. I kind of doubt it though. But anyways, as I was talking about the emotes. So yeah, those were the emotes. They're just a little goofy and stuff. Oh yeah, the remodels. Hold on, I'll show those too. These look actually really promising. So these are the remodels of the character. There's Abby. These are just the concept art versions. So these aren't like the final ones, but these are Abby, you know, Miss Circle, Mr. Stick, all that stuff. These look pretty good, a lot better than the original models. And this is Miss Circle's like model right here. The only thing is it doesn't have the face and maybe a shading stuff. But this looks much better than the one we have, I will be honest. But yeah, Mr. Stick and Abby are also getting remodels too. We haven't seen those yet, but I'm sure they'll look just as good. Another skin that we have confirmed is for Claire. This is one of the devs OCs. This does confirm that Claire could be the next survivor if they're already working on like her skins and stuff. It doesn't necessarily confirm, but it could mean that Claire is the next survivor. This would also kind of make sense as she is, or she was at least the main character of Fundamental Paper Education, or FPE. So I could see how I could see Claire being the next survivor. Another future skin that we have confirmed is the Rousey Mistavel skin. It's based off Rousey from Deltarune, if you couldn't tell. Another thing is, there have been a couple concepts of Mistavel's like walk and idle animation and one of her moves. So Mistavel could be getting like semi close to completion. I think what they'll do is maybe when the shop update comes, they'll either add one new character or it'll just be the remodels, some skins, and that's about it. There will definitely be skins, or at least one, because I think Yixie's Circles Chase Team's almost completed. Or it is completed, I'm pretty sure. The new Safeguard is probably completed too, since we got shown the instrumental, which means that the lyrics are done, at least for the bit that I showed you. So that's good to know. Something I just thought of, I'm pretty sure I just kind of spent the whole video talking about FPE Detention and not why I think it has like huge potential. But we'll start talking about that now. or that now. I don't know. Anyways, I think it has huge potential because for a relatively small dev team, they're getting remodels like done surprisingly quick. I know like compared to Forsaken and stuff, they don't necessarily seem like super detailed or whatever, but I still think they look pretty good. The guard pool can definitely change some stuff up, like with the gameplay loop, definitely make it a bit better. With FPE in general, you can do some stuff. You kind of have to use your imagination though, because I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do for Claire in the slightest. Maybe I don't think they'll give her some speed boost, because that's what Abby has right about now. But I'm sure they'll do something to make it work. But you could also do like so much, because with the schoolhouse you can do, obviously there's the lockers and stuff. I will talk about those soon. Some people do try hiding in them. I'll be honest, they don't work too well, but I will come up with a proposition soon. And like the OSTs are shockingly good. The gameplay loop is not too bad, but I'm just a huge fan of asymmetrical horror games, so of course I'm gonna like it. But they also do like a good job of like replicating, like if you're playing as Abby, they do a pretty good job in my opinion of the fact that you're like being hunted, or with Safeguard, it's like a fight or flight kind of thing. All that stuff. I guess oh yeah, you could, I have a feeling someone will say that I'm like glazing FPE Detector or whatever. Kind of reasonable, to be honest. I could see that. But I think now I'll talk about what I would like add, or what I would like try to add if I was like a developer, because there are some stuff I think would be like perfect for this game. One of those things relating to the lockers, what I was just talking about, is hiding in the lockers, because obviously some lockers are, or you could probably tell that some lockers are closed, some lockers are open. I think like similar to Paper Cut, if the lockers are open, you could hide in them, and obviously to prevent people from hiding, or like just hiding in the locker all day, I think what they could do is like have some type of meter, fills up all the way, then you're kicked out the locker and you're highlighted. Or another proposition I have is like a staying still kind of thing, like FPES. If you stay still for too long, you'll be like highlighted, and being in a locker would count as you staying still. For like Mr. Stick, I think they could do if a student or survivor, whatever you want to call it, is near him while he's like stunned or downed. I feel like it'd be cool if the student could like help them up. Like it'd take like two maybe more depending on like the survivor or whatever to actually help them up, in which the stun would end early. What else? But yeah, there's that type of stuff. Obviously, with the guard, you can do a lot. I feel like it'd be pretty sick if they added Mr. Barrel as a guard, but I don't think Enigmaverse would really like that, so that's probably not gonna happen. There's Heroku potentially becoming a guard. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Obviously, you got like Finn, Alice, Nameless Wolf, Agatha for like future teachers, and you got all the students for survivors. I might make a couple of more like concepts kind of stuff, like what if, I don't know, Robbie wasn't what if Robbie was in FPE detention, all that kind of stuff. A couple balance changes I'd make. I think Mr. Stick's HP needs to be nerfed, maybe from like 500 to 400, maybe 350, mainly because it takes so long to kill him. Like, sometimes, like, it'll take up the whole round. Like, if obviously like the students are doing their test, it'll take up like the whole round most of the time by the time you kill him. So I'd nerf his HP a little bit. Though I'd say I'd increase his damage a little bit too. Maybe just like by like 10 or 15. So that way it's a little more fair in Safeguard. Another thing I'd do, I would, for Safeguard, obviously I'd make it like kind of like a 1v1-ish, as I feel like that's what Safeguard's supposed to be like. But what I would do is, I would like, no matter what, not no matter what, maybe like, let's say he has 100 max HP. If Safeguard starts, he goes to 200 max HP. So that way it's not just like a easy Safeguard win or whatever. I'd say either that, or just make his HP go to 400, 500, 350, whatever it is. Whatever like the max is, kind of thing. Let's see, for Circle, I don't really know what I'd do for Circle. Oh, I would add some kill animations, though. I think kill animations would be pretty sick. Or, like, sweet, or, freaking sweet. Okay, future care phase here. I forgot to say this, but I would make it where Miss Circle does not heal, as I will be honest, it's quite broken. Another thing I would add, I know this is asking for quite a lot, but I feel like it'd be sick if, like, Mr. Stick and Miss Circle both use electric charge and charge at the same time. Because when they charge into each other, Miss Circle just gets the hit. But I feel like it'd be pretty sick if there's, like, some, like, not necessarily quick time event, but, like, some type of event, like, would happen, like, they're, like, clashed into each other, and you gotta, like, tap on stuff or whatever, and, like, if Mr. Stick wins, Circle gets stunned, and if not, Stick gets stunned. I feel like that'd be sick, because it'd be, like, a nice little reference to the Safeguard thing, or not necessarily a reference, but that's why I got the idea from the Safeguard, like, thumbnail, I guess. I don't know. It probably wouldn't be added, but I feel like that'd be awesome. Anyways. But I feel like it'd be cool to for kill animations. I don't know if they will add those, though, which, if not, that's kind of unfortunate, as they could definitely do good with the kill animations. For Apple Pie LMS, I'd say, like, maybe make Abby's adrenaline a bit longer. Like, maybe just, like, a second or two. Because, bro, Apple Pie, if you're playing on, like, mobile or something, you're absolutely cooked. Especially if it's a, like, decent Miss Circle. See, I already explained the down guard, you know, we'll pick them up, or help them up as a student kind of thing. Explain the hiding in open lockers. What else? Actually, that could be one of Claire's abilities, low-key, hiding in a locker, because she does that in the actual short or episode, whatever you want to call it, trailer kind of thing. So that could be one of her abilities. That'd be cool. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it for what I have to say, without just like repeating myself or just blabbering nonsense. But yeah, I think FPE Detention has a huge amount of potential, and I'm pretty excited to see how the update or how the game continues onward and stuff. As I hope it succeeds, hope it does well, all that stuff. But if you're a fan of FPE or asymmetrical horror games in general, I recommend playing FPE Detention. I think it's fun. I've gotten like 2 or 3 comments saying that they think it's also fun. So I think it's a game to just go check out at least, especially since the shop update's about to come out, all the remodels and stuff. So yeah, pretty excited for that. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, notification, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, blah blah blah. That's yeah. Well, goodbye.